Hello, Pilates movers. Thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to talk a little bit about mat class and the props that we will be using. Okay, the classical mat work was created by Joseph Pilates and over 100 years ago, and it consisted of 34 exercises done in a consistent sequence. It didn't really deviate every time you did it. As Joseph Pilates started to work with more and more people teaching his mat sequence, he realized that a lot of people needed more support or more foundational strength. And so that is how he created the equipment and where the props came into existence. So now the Pilates mat work has evolved pretty significantly, and props are not only used to help with modifications, but to create a different energy in a class or to create variations, which makes things a little more challenging or just a little bit different. So we are going to start our first day. Will be an abbreviated sequence of the 34 exercises. And then starting on mat class day 5, and then mat class day 10, and then 5 days after, we are going to add on to that classical sequence. So most of your Pilates mat classes from me will be about 15 minutes. Our classical sequence days may be a little bit longer as we start to build into the full sequence. So by day 30, we will be doing the full mat class classical sequence. But since that can get a little boring day to day to only do classical mat work, we will be adding in some props. Some are contemporary and some are classical. Classical props include the magic circle. I know a lot of you have kind of a love-hate relationship with this. If you don't have a magic circle, you can substitute the ball. Okay. Also very classical, dumbbells. Okay, I have 1 pound and 2 pounds. I will probably use 1 pound in my demonstrations. I would say you can go up to maybe 5 as long as you're not using neck and shoulder tension. But again, because our focus is on control and precision, you don't really need heavy weights. So we're not going to rely on the external prop to make us work hard, but we're going to work from within using our centering and our breath and our precision and our control to make the exercises challenging. Okay. And then more contemporary, we do have the mini ball. This one I have is pretty blown up, but I've seen people blow up to maybe about 70% of air. Just play with it and see what works best for you. Okay. And then we have our ankle weights. These are also, I think these are 1 pound. Again, I wouldn't go much heavier than 5. Okay, if you want to get some of these. And then we have our flex bands. I have a number of different kinds of flex bands. First I have loops. Okay, I have a couple of different resistances. You can use one resistance if you want, or you can invest in a couple of different resistances depending on how you feel. I have these kinds of loops and I have the smaller ones. It doesn't really matter. You can also just tie a flex band together. And that's why I have these pretty standard flex bands also. I have a light and a medium, but again, you can tie it together to create a loop. And also because flex bands sometimes can affect our grip strength, I did invest in these. They're TheraBand CLX, and they have loops throughout, which makes it really nice. So for some things, instead of grabbing the flex band, you can just slide your hand in. It's a really nice option. And I have several different strengths of those. Okay, so that's it for the props that we are going to use. I will link them to Amazon. So if you're interested in purchasing any props, you can do it through Amazon. You can go to a Target or Walmart type of store to pick up most of these things. All right, thank you.